Well, welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live, and we are following the sun and making happy happen with McDonald's. Now, I'm bringing you our final sports interview for the weekend. We are looking forward to that Springbok encounter as they go up against England out in Twickenham. We know how last weekend it was all glory against that Scottish side, but they look to do it once again, and I'm now joined by Springbok and Lions flank Ruan Venter, who is on the mend, mending that injury he's had for a while now. Ruan, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be on here, and yeah, let's have the interview.
Yeah, so let's talk first about your injury and how your rehab has been looking so far. Where would you say you are now in terms of your recovery?
Yeah, so it is a long road ahead. I'm about 5 weeks post-op now, so I just got out the sling last week, which is nice. But yeah, it's still a lot of rehab, a lot of physio, and I'll only be back probably end of January.
And you come back end of January for both club and country. Talk to me about how that collaboration has been between the Springbok team as well as the Lions team to ensure that you are recovering well and that you're ready and are available for both teams.
You know, they work hand in hand. Obviously, the Springbok coaches and conditioning coaches, they have contact with the Lions medical staff. So they know at all times what's going on with us. I get feedback from them. We give feedback to them. So you know, they very connected, and it's a good system.
And you're the winner at the end of
Yes.
at the end of it all. Let's talk about the Springbok team. We always hear people saying the structure inside the Springbok team is amazing because everyone buys into that same vision. Speak to me how it is for you from someone who is on the inside.
Yeah, you know, I think the big thing is it's a winning mentality. So everything is about detail. From the smallest details, the preparation that goes into test week is on a next level. You know, you go into that week and it's from 7 till 7 every day. By the time the match comes, you're not even nervous because you have done so much prep.
Yeah.
It's amazing actually.
And I mean, you've obviously had the pleasure of being able to watch a couple of these games now. What did you make of the team's performance and how Coach Rassie Erasmus had the boys coming out against the Scottish side just before we look forward to the England game?
Yeah, I think it's been a very good international test year overall. If you go the whole year, we've been number one. We've stayed number one. Against Scotland, it probably wasn't our best performance of the year, but still amazing result at Murrayfield, which is an extremely difficult stadium to play. I think, they handled it very well, and now at Twickenham, it's exciting.
And we speak about this Twickenham game, and we've seen what the bench is looking like. We've seen what the split is that the coach is coming out with. What do you make of the side and the starting 15?
I think it's a very exciting starting 15. I'm quite excited to see Volkulo. He's been in excellent form, so to see him start at tight is very exciting. They went 5-3 this week, which is different to the 7-1 last week.
The 7-1 that scares everyone.
Yeah. So I think that was a bit of a shock, but very excited, and I think it's going to be a very good game.
And we talk about it being a very good game, and we look at how now the starting 15 is coming up, and it just also speaks to the depth of the squad and the depth that Coach Rassie has at his disposal. Yeah,
definitely. Now, I saw a quote earlier this week where they said they want to have the first and the second best team in the world, and I think at the moment the players they have in that camp, it's very possible. Yeah.
And when you look at the season that the Springboks have had, who would you say are some of those players that, I mean, you've also had the opportunity to play with that have really just stood out for you?
You know, obviously you have the likes of Ben Jason Dixon that came through from the Stormers. He's played quite a few tests, but I think the standout guy is probably Fassi at fullback. You know, when he came in and he just absolutely tore it apart. So I think he's been exceptional. Very nice to see him play.
And what did you make of Makazole Mapipi? Because I know a lot of people were saying, does Makazole still run fast? And I mean, we all got to witness that last weekend.
Yeah, no, I've played against him. He's still very fast. You know, it's great to see him still performing. You know, he's got a lot of tests under his belt. We obviously don't know how long he's still going to be playing, but at the moment he's playing very well, so I think he's there for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I'm going to put you on the spot now, and I'm going to say we all know it's going down at Twickenham tomorrow evening. It's England taking on South Africa. How do you see that one playing out?
I'm going to go South Africa by 15 points.
15 points?
Yes, that is my prediction.
Are those just going to be unanswered tries all the way?
No, I think England will probably get one. That's
One try for
one
England.
try, yeah.
And who would you say from that English team is like some of those players that you look at and you say these potentially could be threats for whatever plan Coach Rassie is putting in place for tomorrow?
I think Cunningham South at blindside, he's been having quite a good season. He's very physical, but I don't think he's really a match for the guys we have in our team, but I think he's been having a good season.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone else who's had a lot of great seasons is yourself, of course. And just when you do get back into that Lions setup, what are those things in your game that you want to work on and improve, would you say?
So I think probably at breakdown, I want to up my work rate a bit, challenge those second actions, second fights. My physicality is pretty much there, so I think work rate will probably be my biggest thing, just to be involved the whole time, get back, second actions, yeah.
And the height is also there, I mean.
Yeah, the height helps.
How is this? All right, thank you so much, Ruan. It's been an absolute pleasure. Ruan Venter joining us. He is, of course, a flank for the South African Springbok team, as well as the Lions, of course, just on the road to recovery following that shoulder injury. But if all things work according to plan, he should be back in action come January.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.